Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily Dollars. Today, we're tackling a major shakeup in Washington, a $2 trillion budget cut targeting mandatory spending over the next decade. This isn't just political talk. This could directly affect millions of Americans who rely on Social Security, Medicaid, unemployment benefits, and more. So, what exactly is mandatory spending, and what does this proposal mean for your finances and the economy? We will break it all down in today's update. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Daily Dollars for more content on personal finance. Let's get started. Before we discuss the proposed cuts, it's essential to understand what mandatory spending actually is. Unlike discretionary spending where Congress decides funding levels annually, mandatory spending is set by existing laws and continues automatically unless Congress makes changes. Mandatory spending covers a wide range of essential programs that provide financial and social support to millions of Americans. Social Security remains the largest, offering retirement benefits to seniors and disabled individuals. Medicare and Medicaid ensure healthcare coverage for the elderly, low-income families, and those with disabilities. Unemployment compensation serves as a safety net for jobless workers, while nutrition assistance programs, such as WIC and SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, help families afford basic necessities. Additionally, veterans' benefits provide health care and support for those who have served in the military. The government also funds federal employee retirement benefits, ensuring pension security for public sector workers, while student loans offer financial aid to those pursuing higher education. Lastly, agriculture subsidies help stabilize the farming industry by providing crucial financial assistance to farmers. Together, these programs form the backbone of the nation's social safety net. According to the Congressional Budget Office, Medicaid and other healthcare programs accounted for roughly 15% of all mandatory spending in 2023. Because this type of spending is automatic, any changes require new legislation, which brings us to the latest budget proposal in Congress. House Budget Committee Chair Jody Arrington, a Republican from Texas, introduced a resolution on Wednesday that calls for reducing mandatory spending by $2 trillion over the next decade. However, the resolution does not specify which programs will face cuts. Instead, it directs House committees to draft plans for reducing the federal deficit. Alongside these proposed spending cuts, the resolution also includes 1. Up to $4.5 trillion in tax cuts, potentially benefiting businesses and high-income earners. 2. A $4 trillion increase in the debt ceiling, allowing the government to continue borrowing. This aligns with President Donald Trump's fiscal agenda, which prioritizes spending reductions while implementing tax cuts. But how would this affect key programs like Social Security and Medicare? One of the biggest concerns with any proposal to cut mandatory spending is whether Social Security and Medicare, the two largest federal programs, will be affected. The Republican National Committee has stated in its official party platform that it will not cut Social Security or Medicare. Similarly, President Trump has repeatedly reassured voters that he will protect these programs. However, in a past interview with CNBC, Trump mentioned that there is a lot you can do in terms of cutting waste in entitlement programs, referring to government inefficiencies rather than benefit reductions. His campaign spokesperson, Caroline Leavitt, later clarified that Trump was talking about reducing fraud and mismanagement, not cutting benefits. Still, critics argue that without clear details, it's uncertain whether these programs could eventually see reductions in future negotiations. House Speaker Mike Johnson, a Republican from Louisiana, praised the budget resolution, calling it a key step in delivering President Trump's America First agenda. This reflects our collective commitment to enacting the president's full agenda, not just a part of it. On the other side, Democratic Representative Brendan Boyle from Pennsylvania criticized the proposal, saying, "This Republican plan isn't just bad policy, it betrays the middle class." Their proposal slashes critical programs that millions of hardworking Americans rely on, all while adding trillions of dollars to the deficit to bankroll massive giveaways for giant corporations and billionaires like Elon Musk. Clearly, the debate over these proposed spending cuts is highly partisan, and the stakes are high for everyday Americans who rely on these programs. The next major step is a vote by the House Budget Committee on Thursday. If approved, the resolution will move forward for a full vote in the House of Representatives. While this is just an initial step in the budget process, It sets the stage for a broader debate about government spending, taxation, and the national debt. This budget proposal could have a major impact on the economy and millions of Americans who rely on government programs. While supporters argue that spending cuts are necessary to reduce the federal deficit, critics warn that reducing mandatory spending could hurt working families, seniors, and veterans. So, what do you think? Should the government focus on cutting spending to reduce the deficit? Or are these programs too essential to scale back? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Daily Dollars so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.